Right, so that bus over there, I literally missed it by a few seconds. It pulled out just as I was approaching, just as I left the entrance of the gym. But I will still get to the gym at exactly the same time as the bus. That bus over there would have taken me there. Right, so even though I'm walking, it's a really weird journey. There it goes. There it goes. I'm still gonna get down to the end of my sister's road, and I will be able to pick up a bus and get to my training session by 9 o'clock. It's now 8:30. So the walk begins. Anyways, not a lot to report other than to say that my foot is completely better. It's Tuesday. I've got a full body workout program today with the personal trainer, and what I've started doing, I don't do upper body work I go to the pool to warm up basically, but I don't do any upper body work. Only I just focus on lower body because that's what takes most of the strain with the deadlifting and all of that. So I make sure that all my muscles, especially my hamstrings, are properly warmed up. Right, so, let these two people pass me before I continue.
Raising your arms and lowering your arms.
Right, so for those who don't know, I basically, on Saturday, I was running between karaoke and a dance that I wanted to get to by 10 o'clock. So I went to the karaoke with the intention of singing 2 songs, which I did. But, in fact, I was going to leave after just the one. But the host asked me to stay and just do one more. So looking at the time, I was cutting it fine to catch my bus. And I'm in the process of running to get to the bus stop to catch the bus. Which I didn't catch anyway because it seems like it departed early. I twisted my ankle. Uneven pavement, and it flared up sort of like 2.5, 3 hours into the dance, and I had to leave early and all of that. Long story short, I'm not one to dwell on pain, injury, illness. So I had a word with God and I said, I'm not going to put ice on it. I'm not going to do anything. And I made my case. I said I was keeping my word because I did say to the karaoke host that I would attend and do 2 songs. And, God likes us to keep our word. Our word is our bond. And so it was in doing that why I acquired the injury. And so so said, so done. Ask and you shall receive kind of thing. My ankle's better. Right ankle. Right, so moving forward now. Because I do videos and posts about my exercise activities, from time to time, I get people telling me how much they admire me. Now I'm going to go back as far as when I was a teenager, when I used to go to church. They had these 2 programs called visiting teaching and home teaching. And it's where members of the church were assigned to go and visit people. But I never needed anyone to visit me. And the reason I say that is because there is no power on earth that can make me do something that I don't want to do or prevent me from doing what I want to do. So I was going to church because I wanted to. Similarly, I exercise because I want to. There is no power on earth that could prevent me or motivate me if I lack motivation, right? I have my own reasons for doing what I do, and I have my own motivation. So when people say, especially men do this a lot because they think that it's what I want to hear. Oh, you inspire me so much, I feel like I want to exercise. That is one of the most off-putting things a man can say. If you don't already exercise, I wouldn't be interested in you. And as well, you have to have your own motivation. You have to motivate. You need to have the same motivation as me and be doing it quietly, not to impress me, because that's what some people do. They take an interest in you and think that because they share the same pastime as you, that a match, you make a perfect match or something. And it absolutely doesn't work like that. I go back to what I just said about my ankle. I have my ways of dealing with things. And both my sister's carers, when they came, on Sunday, I had the ankle strapped up. And, but by then the pain had started to decrease anyway. And both of them were offering to provide me with sprays and pills or whatever you take when you've got a sprained ankle, which I declined because I'm like this. If I have an agreement with God, I don't want to, I expect him to do it. If I have an agreement with him. In other situations, for example, I'm not going to go to him and say, make me fit, because that's something I can jolly well do by myself. But as far as sprained ankle goes, it's not something that I can cure myself. And, pursuing the path of putting ice on it is all good and well. But as I said, I stated my case from the perspective that I did it as a consequence of keeping my word, which is an honorable thing. And as such, as you see, this was Saturday, and I am completely pain-free. When I went to sleep, in fact, I fell asleep in pain. The pain was very intense, but during the night, while I was sleeping, it went away. And there was only slight pain on the top of the foot. And by I could feel it decreasing until it was gone. I was able to go to the gym yesterday morning and everything. And I walked. But anyway, I digressed. Right, so like I said, I deal with things differently. So whatever motivation somebody else might have for exercising, good for them, right? I have my reasons, and like I said, because I share, it doesn't mean that I'm looking for people to tell me how fabulous I am for getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and going to the gym. I merely, basically I post because, not just because people like to tell me that I look good for my age and that I'm lucky. I post for the record. When I say for the record, for reference, so I can in time go back. So for example, I posted in 2016 a passage from my book on marriage, because from time to time people ask me how comes I haven't married. So I think it was on Sunday I recycled a post that I made on Facebook in 2016, so that's 8 years ago. So rather than putting up something different, I was able to pull that up to say, well, here's what was written in my book, which was published 22 years ago, and this is the passage that I shared from it 8 years ago, just so that people can know that this isn't something new that I'm coming up with. So when I say that I post for the record, I mean from the perspective that I can troll back at some future date and repost something should anybody pass comment on, whatever it is that I might be doing at that particular time. Because, people like to talk a lot about luck, but never about consistency. Like consistent, if whatever you do consistently for good or ill, you're gonna end up becoming good at it. It's gonna show, right? So that's why I post. So later on in time, I can pull things up and say, actually, this is what I was doing, this is what I said, so forth and so on. So I guess my bottom line is, I don't, I won't say appreciate, I don't enjoy, I'm struggling to find the right term. All right, I'm tired of hearing from people that they admire me. And this admiration is merely a ploy. It is literally a ploy to get in my good books. I do not need anyone to admire me. But unfortunately, this is the nature of human beings. By telling someone, I even get people telling me, I'm so proud of you. Relative strangers, why would you be proud of me? I find it ridiculous. What do you say to a stranger, a relative stranger, who comes up with something like that? I'm so proud of you. It's cringe. But anyways, let me continue my walk, because I've got about 10 more minutes to go before I pick up the bus. So let me not lose time. All right, have a lovely day. Look after yourselves. And whatever you do, do it for you. Take care. Bye-bye.